Stitches of love we sew. In this online world we come to grow. Mom and Pop Quilt Shop, where hearts align. Let's embrace the craft and let our souls shine.
Hey everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop, and we're very happy to see you here today. We're gonna make a wreath star or a double star block or what have you. So I was recently gifted for my birthday this double wide Dresden ruler. I'll show you right there, so like I could see that. Okay, and it had this cute little pattern on the inside of making this little star. So, but it had you cutting only like this much of the Dresden, and I'm like, well, what if you cut the whole thing? What are you gonna get? So this, giving the whole cut of the Dresden, this right here, gives you this little shape block here with a tiny little star in the center. It looks really cute, doesn't it? And of course you can highlight it any way you like. Now, if you go and you do the whole star, or the whole Dresden, sorry, but you chop off a bit of the tip of it, you get a bigger star in the center. So putting these together, you sew down the narrow edge as well as the long edge. Normally, we just would normally sew down the long edge and make the nice point out for the Dresden, and then all the centers come in together and, you know, Bob's your uncle, it's done. But this one, if you fold it in and then sew and tuck it under and press, you get a beautiful star. I love it. So we're gonna make another one today. Okay, so we just have this one to finish up. I have my other ones already ready to go. So this one should give me a little bit of a bigger star. I took 1.5 inches off this part of the Dresden before making this star. And then on this one here, I took off 2 inches just to kind of see what it would look like. Of course, the less you have on the inside, the bigger star you're gonna have. But you have to have some of the fabric to be able to sew together. That is the key part. I did one of the cut-offs. Hey, you gotta try things, right? I did one of the cut-offs and sewed it on both sides and then pushed it flat, and I'm like, oh, there's nothing to sew to there. It would have made a really cute, tiny little wreath though, but maybe if we just a little bit bigger, maybe a 3 inch cut or 3.5 inch cut or something like that. All right, so let's finish this one up. And I got some nice green fabric to lay this one out on. And I was just taking inspiration from some of the colors in the fabric itself. So we just sew down on one side, just 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then on the other side, making sure, I like to come in from the fold side just to, you know, make sure we're all even. That's all good, okay. And at this point here, I took a little bit of a trim off the top here and the top here, just when I was turning those points out and make them a little bit prettier. So, okay. Oops. So just a little snip there and a little snip there, and it just makes those points nice and precise. And you just take it with your thumb, put your index finger on the other side and just kind of poke it out, and then the same on both sides, and then just give that a little bit of a press, making sure that the seam is right in the center, okay, here and here, and then you just give that a press, and then this is what you're sewing each block together with. Okay, oops, the iron went quiet. Okay, here, let's move this one out of the way. You've seen that one. Okay, I'm going to lay this one out on this pretty fabric here. Okay, we just need to press it. So these, you need 10 for each round, so that's why this one here worked really well to have 2 of each color, and it pops out nicely. Pop said it looked like a bow tie because of these ones coming together, and I can actually see that now, that it does kind of look like a bow tie. I just chose 5 different fabrics from my stash just to do 2 around, and I thought it looked pretty. Now, whether you use this as a wreath, a table topper, you know, side to a tote, there's, you know, so many different things you could use. You could use it just as a block itself, and make a bunch more. Make a whole tablecloth. Okay, now once we're happy with that shape, we'll just set it. And then we take our little pieces from those little edge right there together, making sure that the large point is up at the top and the tiny one is pointing down towards the bottom, and we just put that together and sew. And this one I had pinned already. Sure we got what we're going on here, yep. And then we'll add this one to the ring, but let's give it a little bit of a press first. Whether you use the same fabric or different fabrics or all 10 different colored fabrics, I think that would make a lovely little wreath or star. And then if you wanted to put it in the fabric in the center, like I did on this one, I put blue underneath. I just did a stitch and then laid it out on the background of another fabric, right? And now we will just sew those two. Oops. Yep. Those two together, and we got ourselves a nice big star. Look how pretty that is. And this makes actually for a very fast block to put together, and then you sew those big blocks together and boom, you got yourself a quilt in no time flat. And if you're only using 10 Dresdens per block, you know, you can get a lot with, you know, 40 Dresdens. You could, this works still in the regular Dresden ruler size as well. But I'm like, if I was given a gift, I want to try and make use of it as soon as possible. Okay, so now we'll just kind of flatten that out just a smidge. And if you wanted to trapunto this, I did that with the pink one here. I'll show you. I stitched batting to the back, so I did around the center and then around the outside edge, and then I trimmed it up really snugly with a sharp pair of scissors, especially for the inside bit here, and then you go and lay it on again. So that is bouncing it out like you're kind of trapuntoing, especially if you just really detail quilt like the pink part, that would make it really pop out. So you could trapunto it. So now to take that and we flip and we place however where you want it, and then just do some pins, pinning it in spots. Okay, try to make sure she's flat. That is so cute. Okay, so you can visualize it or you can go and measure precisely. I'm going to try and just visualize it and then just slip in a few pins, and then you're just going to do a straight, you could do a zigzag, but I just found a straight stitch did what I needed to do. Just straight stitch here, 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 all the way around, and then again on the outside, and then you have yourself an awesome big block. It's like 20 inches. If you gave yourself enough room on either side, you got yourself a good, you know, 18 to 20 inch block, right? And really, to make an 80 by 80 quilt, you'd only need 4 of those, right? No, hold on. That's the math. You'd need more than that. It's like, wait a second here. The math ain't mathin'. Now, I do suggest putting a pin in every one, just so it stays where you want it to stay as you're doing the stitch around. Okay, who's rolling? Of course we did. Oh, there, isn't that pretty? Love it. And then you could do whatever you like from that. Like I said, table topper. You could do it as a nice pillow for the couch. You could put your family initial in the center there. You could put something special for someone, maybe even like a photograph on fabric. You could put that in the center, kind of frame it out, or just leave it as a nice wreath. Okay. And then whether you just use some straight line quilting or some echo quilting or just some, you know, meander, whatever, it's going to look beautiful. Put a little tabs on the back of it or put a little bar so it can hang up. You got yourself a cute wreath. Now, double star wreath, double star block. whatever you want to call it. That's what we're doing today. Thank you very much for joining me and liking and subscribing. And if you want, leave a comment. It would be really nice. We are going to pick a winner for your choice, whether this one or this one or this one, of these wreath stars on Christmas Eve. We do a Tuesday, Cross Stitch Tuesday, for December 24th. And come join us and we'll announce a winner on that day. But you have to leave a comment below. Okay? Take care. We'll see you soon. And big hugs to you.